Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and directed by John McTiernan, was released in the summer of 1987. I'm continuing my tribute to Carl Weathers, and of course, I must include his most iconic role next to Apollo Creed. And for good measure, you've probably seen this meme many, many times, but what's the harm in hearing it for our entertainment?
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Look at those guns. So Predator is a story that follows a group of elite commandos who find themselves being hunted by an extraterrestrial creature in the jungles of Central America. Just a side note, I saw this film in a theater upon its release with my father when I was in elementary school, and it scared the shit out of me. It began as a standard 80s action movie where you see big guns and army guys killing a bunch of brown men, but then it changes into a monster movie. A film where the creature is killing these commandos and you don't know what the hell is going on or why the alien is actually doing it until the movie unravels. The movie starts off with a band of commandos led by Arnold Schwarzenegger landing on a remote army base. Upon arrival, they receive their orders to head into the jungles to rescue hostages being held captive. Once they locate their location and eliminate their enemies, they head back to exit the jungle. However, while they're attempting to leave, they're being stalked by a creature that's hiding in the trees and who watches them while they're in combat to see if they would be worthy adversaries to hunt. Throughout the rest of the film, the alien hunts each of these team members one by one until there's a final showdown between Dutch, played by Arnold, and the alien itself. The plot of this popcorn 80s movie is quite simple, but the execution and direction is what makes it stand out. One of the things that makes this film work is the fact that it shows glimpses of the alien throughout the movie. This technique is a budgeted trick from low-budget horror movies like The Creature from the Black Lagoon and later on Jaws, two movies where you don't actually see what the monster looks like in the flesh until the final act. Today, in my opinion, filmmakers show too much, which minimizes the suspense and intrigue of monsters like this. But in this film, you're guessing to the end what is out there hunting these men. In the final act, you only see the alien from his point of view, which is shown in infrared. Later, they show more of the monster in cutaways or as it's camouflage in the jungle. Then by the end, you get to see the alien and what it looks like completely in the flesh. Although this movie is a sci-fi action film, I think it has more in common with horror movies of the old, where you understand the concept of how less is more, and the special effects in Predator are impressive, especially considering the time period in which this film was actually made. The creature design of Predator itself is iconic, and the movie showcased some thrilling and gory moments as the commandos are picked off one by one. The performances in Predator are also noteworthy. Arnold Schwarzenegger delivers a strong performance as a tough and resourceful Dutch, and the supporting cast, including Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura, and Bill Duke, deliver memorable roles as well. And who can forget, of course, Bill Duke reciting the lyrics of one of Little Richard's songs by saying, "I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun." Not to mention the score by Alvin Silvestri, which adds to the tension and horror of this movie that's masquerading as a science fiction film. Probably the best theme of this movie deals with the concept of man versus nature. The Predator isn't defeated until the protagonist Dutch must rely on his environment to defeat this monster. His fancy man-made guns and explosives doesn't lead him to his survival, but using the environment does. Dutch sets traps, and he has to use guerrilla warfare to ultimately defeat the Predator. This is the theme that you'll see in future Predator movies such as Hulu's Prey. Overall, Predator is a thrilling, entertaining movie that has stood the test of time. It's a must-watch for fans of action and sci-fi, and it remains to be a classic of the genre. I give it 5 out of 5 stars and a big thumbs up. That's it today for this episode of the Movie Insurrectionist. We're reviewing more movies to celebrate the legacy of our brother Carl Weathers. In the meantime, remember, the theatrical release will not be televised. Until next time.
Come on, kill me, I'm here! Come on, man, I'm here, kill me! Oh, kill me!